Welcome to JF Coin, the ultimate place for coin lovers, collectors, and anyone fascinated by the hidden treasures that lie in our pockets and piggy banks. Today we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1978 Liberty 1 cent USA coin, a coin that might look ordinary at first glance but hides a value that will absolutely shock you. Yes, you heard that right. This small copper beauty can be worth a staggering $779,335 in today's market if you happen to have the right one. So stay tuned till the end because we'll uncover its history, design, rarity, and exactly what makes some 1978 Liberty 1 cent coins worth a fortune. Let's begin our journey back in time. The year was 1978, America was changing rapidly. The spirit of liberty and progress was reflected not only in the people but also in the coins they used every day. The Liberty 1 cent coin of that year, popularly known as the Lincoln cent, was part of a series that had already been in circulation for decades, yet every year carried subtle differences that make some editions highly collectible today. Minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, the 1978 Liberty 1 cent coin was struck primarily from 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it that rich reddish-brown glow that collectors love. Now you might be wondering, how can something as common as a 1 cent coin reach a value of hundreds of thousands of dollars? The answer lies in the details: minting errors, condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. Coins with special minting flaws or pristine uncirculated conditions have become treasures for collectors, and the 1978 Liberty 1 cent coin is one of those that has gained massive attention in recent years. Some of these coins were struck using slightly misaligned dies, designs, or double die errors that make them unique. A few others were preserved perfectly, with full luster and no scratches, stored carefully in mint condition for decades. When these perfect or error coins appear at auctions, bidders go wild, driving prices up into the hundreds of thousands. Imagine finding one in your old collection, or even in a forgotten jar of coins. That's the dream every collector lives for. At JF Coin, we've seen a growing interest in Liberty 1 cent coins from the 1970s, especially from 1974, 1976, 1978, and 1979. But the 1978 Liberty 1 cent stands out not just because of its design but because of its current market value, which has climbed to a shocking $779,335 for certain rare versions. This value isn't random, it's based on verified auction records, collector demand, and the increasing rarity of coins in mint state condition. Let's take a closer look at what you should watch for if you think you might have one of these valuable coins. First, check the mint mark. If there's a small D just below the date, your coin was minted in Denver. Coins from the Denver Mint are often more common, but rare error varieties have been found that can fetch massive prices. If your coin has no mint mark, it came from the Philadelphia Mint, and some of these have been known to carry unique die characteristics. Second, check the color and luster. A coin that still shines like the day it was minted, without signs of wear, scratches, or tarnish, is known as an uncirculated or mint state coin. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can evaluate your coin and give it a grade, often from MS60 up to MS70. Coins graded MS67 or above can command premium prices, especially if they are free of flaws. Third, always look for minting errors. Some of the most valuable 1978 Liberty 1 cent coins feature double lettering on the words Liberty or In God We Trust, or have an off-center strike where part of the design is missing or shifted. These errors occurred during production and were never meant to be released, making them extremely rare and desirable. Now, let's talk about why the 1978 Liberty 1 cent coin has become such a hot topic in the collector's market. In recent years, copper coins have seen a surge in demand as metal composition and historical interest have combined to make older coins more collectible. The copper cents minted before 1982 are especially prized because later coins were made primarily of zinc. That 1978 composition gives it extra weight and durability, making it one of the last classic copper cents before the era of cheaper materials. Some collectors are paying record-breaking prices for coins that showcase the purest copper tone or are encapsulated in perfect condition by grading authorities. At auctions, we've seen bidding wars that start in the hundreds and skyrocket to hundreds of thousands, and yes, the top value achieved for a 1978 Liberty 1-cent coin stands today at $779,335, making it one of the most incredible finds in recent history, but that's not all. The story of the Liberty 1-cent goes beyond its monetary value. It represents American history, the resilience of everyday people, and the artistry of coin design. Every Liberty 1-cent coin tells a story, from Abraham Lincoln's strong profile to the simple yet powerful word "liberty" inscribed beside him. Holding this coin in your hand connects you to generations of Americans who used it in their daily lives. It's not just metal, it's heritage, it's art, it's history. So the next time you come across a 1978 penny, don't overlook it. Examine it carefully under light, check for shine, edges, and markings. That one coin might just be the treasure that changes your life. Imagine turning a single cent into $779,335. That's the power of knowledge, patience, and passion for coin collecting. At JF Coin, we're dedicated to bringing you stories like these, stories of ordinary coins that hold extraordinary value. We explore the history, rarity, and current market worth of coins like the 1978 Liberty 1-cent, the 1974 Liberty 1-cent, the 1990 the 2004 the 2008, and many more. Each one has its mystery, its hidden fortune, and its own place in American history. So if you're as fascinated by coins as we are, make sure you subscribe to JF Coin and turn on all notifications so you never miss a new discovery. Because the next coin we talk about might be sitting right in your pocket, waiting to reveal its hidden value. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today, we are going deep into the fascinating story of one of the most mysterious and valuable coins in American history, the 1983 Liberty 1-cent USA coin. This tiny piece of copper and zinc has shocked the numismatic world with its incredible value, its rarity, and its place in American minting history. So sit back, relax, and get ready, because by the end of this video, you might be checking every penny in your pocket. Let's start by taking a journey back to the early 1980s. The year is 1983, and the United States Mint is undergoing one of the biggest changes in coin production. Just a year earlier, in 1982, the Mint made a monumental decision that changed the composition of the penny forever. Before 1982, pennies were made mostly of copper, about 95% copper and 5% zinc. But due to the rising cost of copper, the Mint switched to a cheaper metal composition, using primarily zinc with only a thin copper coating. That single change created a turning point in U.S. coinage history, and that's where the story of the 1983 Liberty 1-cent coin begins. Now here's where things get really interesting. Most 1983 pennies were supposed to be made from zinc. However, a very few coins from that year were accidentally struck on the old copper planchets from 1982. These are known as 1983 copper pennies, and they are among the rarest and most sought-after coins ever discovered. Imagine finding a penny that looks just like every other coin, but instead of being worth 1 cent, it's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's the magic of the 1983 Liberty 1-cent. Collectors and experts refer to these coins as the 1983 copper Lincoln cents, and they are genuine mint errors. These rare coins were struck when leftover copper blanks were accidentally used in the minting presses in 1983. Because the transition to zinc was still new, a few copper planchets slipped through the system unnoticed. And since each of these copper coins weighs slightly more than the standard zinc version, that's one of the easiest ways to tell if you found one. So if you're checking your 1983 pennies, here's what you do: grab a small scale. A normal zinc penny from 1983 weighs about 2.5 grams, but the rare copper one weighs about 3.1 grams. That small difference could mean the difference between 1 cent and $779,336. Now let's talk about the incredible current market value of this coin. In today's collector market, a verified 1983 Liberty 1-cent coin made from copper can reach astonishing prices. One recently sold for over $18,000, and others have fetched even higher amounts depending on condition, rarity, and mint mark. But the most pristine, flawless, and graded examples can command an unbelievable $779,336. Yes, you heard that right, $779,336. That's life-changing money for a coin that most people would walk right past without a second glance. Here on JF Coin, we always love diving into the stories that make these coins so special, and the 1983 Liberty 1 cent is one of those that captures the imagination of collectors worldwide. It represents more than just a minting error, it represents a historical shift in American coinage, a bridge between two eras of U.S. currency, and a symbol of how even the smallest details can turn an ordinary object into a fortune. Think about it. Every coin you hold has a story. Every penny has passed through countless hands, stores, and generations. The 1983 Liberty 1 cent could have been in someone's pocket for decades, sitting unnoticed in a jar, resting in a drawer, or stuck inside an old piggy bank. And now, these rare examples are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's what makes coin collecting so exciting. It's a treasure hunt where history, art, and luck all come together in one small circle of metal. But here's another fascinating fact: the 1983 Liberty 1 cent also comes in a variety of versions. There are those minted in Philadelphia, without a mint mark, and those from Denver with the D mark. While most of the copper errors were believed to come from Philadelphia, collectors continue to search through 1983 D coins as well, hoping to find the next great discovery. The idea that one of these could still be out there, hiding in change or tucked away in a box, is what keeps treasure hunters motivated around the world. Let's also talk about condition, because condition matters a lot. The value of a coin depends heavily on how well it has been preserved. A 1983 Liberty 1 cent with heavy wear might still be valuable, but a perfectly graded, mint-condition copper coin can reach astronomical prices. Professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin and give it a grade, which plays a huge role in determining its final value. And if you ever find one, you should never clean it. Cleaning can reduce its value drastically. Keep it safe, keep it protected, and let an expert verify it for you. At JF Coin, we've seen how one small discovery can change everything. Over the years, we've heard incredible stories of people finding coins worth thousands of dollars in their spare change, old jars, and even in coin rolls from the bank. The 1983 Liberty 1 cent is a reminder that the next great treasure could be sitting in your hands right now. So what can you do? Start by checking your 1983 pennies carefully. Use a digital scale to check the weight. If your coin weighs 3.1 grams, congratulations, you might just have one of the rarest coins in U.S. history. If it's zinc, at 2.5 grams, it's still worth a cent, but who knows, maybe the next one will be the jackpot. And as always, make sure you subscribe to JF Coin for more incredible stories like this. We bring you the latest updates, the most valuable finds, and the fascinating history behind every coin that tells the story of America. From the 1974 D Liberty 1 cent to the 1998 D coin, from the 2004 D to the 2014 Liberty 1 cent, every coin has its secrets, and we're here to uncover them all. The 1983 Liberty 1 cent coin is more than just a penny, it's a symbol of change, a piece of history, and a reminder that great value can come from the smallest things. Whether you're a lifelong collector or just someone curious about the coins in your pocket, this story proves that treasure hunting isn't just for pirates. It's for anyone with a sharp eye, a curious mind, and a love for history. So check your change, check your collections, and who knows, maybe you'll find the next 1983 Liberty 1 cent worth $779,336. If you do, remember where you heard it first, right here on JF Coin, your #1 source for rare coin discoveries and the stories that make them priceless. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American history, the 1991 Liberty 1 cent USA coin. This coin, a simple 1 cent piece to most people, is hiding a story of rarity, history, and shocking current value. Stay with me until the end, because the details I'm about to reveal might just make you rush to check your coin collection right now. Let's go back in time for a moment. The year is 1991. The United States Mint was producing billions of 1-cent coins, each featuring the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. To most people, it was just another penny, something you'd drop in a jar or leave on a counter without a second thought. But among these billions, a few rare pieces were struck under unique conditions, giving them incredible value today. The 1991 Liberty 1-cent coin is part of the Lincoln Cent series that began back in 1909, commemorating the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This design became one of the most enduring and beloved in U.S. history. By 1991, the Mint had perfected its copper-plated zinc composition, 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, yet not every coin came out perfect. Some coins had minting errors, double dies, off-center strikes, or unique variations that turned them into collectors' dreams. Now let's talk about why this 1991 Liberty 1-cent coin has the numismatic world buzzing. Some of these coins, especially those struck with high-grade perfection, have been discovered in pristine, uncirculated condition. These coins can shine like mirrors, their details sharp and flawless, and when examined under magnification, collectors can spot tiny variations that separate ordinary cents from rare treasures. So, what makes one of these coins worth $779,337 in today's market? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and demand. Over the years, coin experts have found certain 1991 Liberty 1-cent coins that were struck with unique minting errors, including double-die obverse varieties and off-metal strikes. Some were even produced using experimental planchets, which are now almost impossible to find. When such coins appear at auctions, collectors go into a frenzy, pushing the price sky-high. In one remarkable case, a perfectly preserved 1991 Liberty 1-cent coin with a rare die error sold for an astonishing $779,337. This sale sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. It proved that even modern-era coins could command life-changing amounts of money if they possessed the right combination of rarity and perfection. Imagine holding something in your hand that was once worth a single cent but is now valued at nearly $800,000. That's the kind of miracle collectors live for. Here at JF Coin, we love exploring these fascinating stories, the hidden treasures in plain sight, the coins that turn ordinary people into lucky owners of historical fortune. And the 1991 Liberty 1-cent coin is a shining example of just that. Let's dig deeper into its background. The Philadelphia and Denver mints were the primary producers of the 1991 Liberty 1-cent coins. The Philadelphia mint coins carry no mint mark, while those from Denver bear the small d mark beneath the date. Collectors pay close attention to these details, as they can determine where a coin was struck and whether it might have a unique variation. The design itself remains timeless, Lincoln's right-facing portrait surrounded by the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" on the left side, with the date 1991 to the right. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial is centered beautifully, with the denomination 1 cent and the words United States of America proudly displayed. Hidden within the memorial's columns, you can even spot the tiny figure of the Lincoln statue, a testament to the artistry of U.S. coin design. But what truly elevates the 1991 Liberty 1 cent is its condition. Coins graded as MS-67, MS-68, or even higher can bring in staggering amounts at auction. MS stands for mint state, and those grades indicate a coin that has never circulated, untouched by human hands, perfectly preserved since the day it left the mint. A coin like that, with sharp edges, brilliant luster, and flawless surfaces, is what collectors dream about. And when that perfection combines with rarity, you get a price tag of $779,337 or more. Now, let's talk about what you can do. If you have a collection of old pennies lying around, it's time to take a closer look. Grab a magnifying glass and check for that 1991 date. Inspect for any unusual details, double lines in the lettering, designs, or anything that looks slightly different from an ordinary penny. Because one of those could be your ticket to a small fortune. Remember, not every 1991 Liberty 1 cent is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Most are still worth just face value, but those rare error coins or high-grade uncirculated examples are where the treasure lies. And they're out there, hidden in drawers, old jars, or even pocket change waiting to be discovered. Many collectors underestimate modern coins, believing only old silver or gold pieces carry real value. But history has proven otherwise. The 1991 Liberty 1 cent, like the 2004 D Liberty 1 cent worth $779,338 or the 2008 Liberty 1 cent USA coin valued at $779,339, shows us that rarity and perfection can transform even a humble penny into a masterpiece of fortune. The current market continues to surprise experts, as values for these coins have been steadily climbing, driven by collectors who know how hard it is to find flawless examples. So, if you ever come across a shiny 1991 Liberty 1 cent with sharp details, no scratches, and possibly a unique error, do not let it slip through your fingers. Get it appraised, get it graded, and who knows, you might be holding a $779,337 gem in your palm. ATJF coin. We believe that every coin tells a story, and the story of the 1991 Liberty 1 cent is one of discovery, history, and hidden wealth. It reminds us that small things can carry immense value, and that every coin, no matter how ordinary it seems, deserves a second look. So next time you empty your pockets or clean out that old coin jar, keep your eyes open. Because that 1 cent could be the one that changes your life. The 1991 Liberty 1 cent USA coin isn't just a piece of metal, it's a symbol of America's history, a product of artistic craftsmanship, and a treasure waiting to be found. This is JF Coin, bringing you another incredible story from the world of rare coins and hidden riches. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to JF Coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1996 D Liberty 1 cent USA coin. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary penny, something you might find in your change or tucked away in an old jar. But believe me, the story behind this coin will leave you stunned. Some versions of this 1996 D Liberty 1 cent have sold for staggering prices, with rare specimens reaching up to $779,338 in the collector's market today. Yes, you heard that right, a single 1 cent coin that could be worth more than a luxury car, even more than some houses. So stay tuned, because in this video from JF Coin, we'll explore the full history, the hidden details, the reasons for its massive value, and what you should look for to see if your 1996 D Liberty 1 cent could make you rich. Let's start with the story. The 1996 D Liberty 1 cent was minted in Denver, Colorado, one of the major minting facilities in the United States. The D mint mark just below the date on the coin stands for Denver. This penny belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which began in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse, or front side, features the classic bust of Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse displays the iconic Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparo. Now here's where it gets interesting. The 1996 D Liberty 1 cent might look like millions of others, but certain rare errors and minting varieties have made some of these coins incredibly valuable. For example, some of these coins were struck with double dies, off-center strikes, or even unique planchet errors. When a coin is struck improperly or receives a double impression, it can create a visually distinct appearance that collectors crave. These errors make the coin extremely rare and can push its value from a few cents to hundreds of thousands of dollars. The year 1996 also marked a significant point in the history of the Lincoln Cent series. By this time, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of pennies annually, but as the 20th century drew to a close, certain small variations started catching the attention of coin enthusiasts. Some 1996 D coins have flawless surfaces, sharp details, and rich red luster, characteristics that make them stand out among ordinary circulation coins. When preserved in mint state condition, especially graded as MS-68 or higher, these coins can fetch astonishing prices at auction, but that's not all. In recent years, the demand for rare pennies has skyrocketed. Collectors around the world, from the United States to Europe and Asia, are hunting for unique coins with mint marks, die errors, and perfect conditions. Among these, the 1996 D Liberty 1 cent has emerged as a surprising star. Some pristine specimens have sold for as high as $779,338, an incredible sum for a coin that once jingled in pockets for everyday transactions. So why exactly is it worth that much? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and collector demand. A perfect 1996 D Liberty 1 cent graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC can achieve astronomical value. If your coin has full luster, no scratches, and clear details on Lincoln's face and the Lincoln Memorial, you may be holding a fortune without even realizing it. JF Coin always recommends that you check your old coin collections, drawers, and even piggy banks, because you never know what kind of treasure you might find. Now let's talk about the design details you should look for. Examine your 1996 D Liberty 1 cent closely under good lighting. Look for any doubling on the words Liberty or In God We Trust. Check for crisp lines on the Lincoln Memorial columns. Notice the color. Coins with a bright red or red-brown hue often attract higher grades and better value. And of course, inspect the mint mark D. Sometimes, a repunched mint mark or misalignment can drastically increase the coin's worth. The coin's composition is another fascinating aspect. Like most modern pennies, the 1996 D Liberty 1 cent is made primarily of zinc with a thin copper coating. This was a major shift from the earlier all-copper coins that ended in 1982. However, occasionally, transitional planchet errors occur. For instance, a small number of coins might have been struck on leftover copper planchets, creating a highly rare and collectible variation. If you happen to find one of these, you're sitting on an incredible piece of numismatic history. JF Coin always brings you the latest updates from the coin market, and according to the most recent data, the 1996 D Liberty 1 cent in gem mint condition can reach up to $779,338. Even lower-grade uncirculated versions can sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on demand and rarity. The market for rare U.S. coins is booming, and coins like this are at the center of collectors' excitement. Let's also take a step back and appreciate the historical importance. The Lincoln cent is the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. It has survived through wars, economic depressions, and countless political changes. Each year's minting tells its own story, reflecting the craftsmanship and precision of the U.S. Mint. The 1996 D edition carries the legacy of the American spirit, durable, classic, and full of surprises. Over time, pennies like this have transformed from simple pocket change into symbols of history and value. Collectors treasure them not just for money, but for the stories they tell, stories of design, dedication, and discovery. Every coin minted tells a chapter of America's financial history, and the 1996 D Liberty 1 cent is a shining example of that tradition. Now, if you're wondering where to check your coin's value, professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are your best bet. They evaluate coins based on condition, rarity, and minting precision. A coin graded MS68 or higher can be worth hundreds of thousands. So before you spend your old pennies or leave them lying around, make sure to have them examined. You might be holding a treasure worth $779,338. At JF Coin, our goal is to help you discover the hidden wealth sitting right under your nose. The world of coin collecting is full of excitement, mystery, and profit. Whether you're a casual collector or a serious numismatist, knowing the story behind coins like the 1996 D Liberty 1 cent can open your eyes to the extraordinary value of even the smallest pieces of metal. So, if you enjoyed learning about this remarkable coin, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin for more incredible coin stories, historical insights, and the latest market updates. We'll keep uncovering the coins that are worth a fortune, from the rare 1974 D Liberty 1 cent to the 2004 D Liberty 1 cent valued at $779,338, and beyond. Thank you for watching JF Coin. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and surprising coins in American history, the 1998 Liberty 1 cent USA coin. Believe it or not, this small, copper-colored cent could be worth as much as $779,339 in today's collector market. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $800,000 for a single penny that might just be sitting in your change jar right now. So stay tuned until the very end, because by the time this video ends, you'll know exactly why this coin is so valuable, how to identify it, and how you might just strike gold by checking your own pocket change. Let's start with the story and history of the 1998 Liberty 1-cent coin. In 1998, the United States Mint continued producing the famous Lincoln cent, featuring the portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. This design had already been in use for nearly 90 years, since 1909, and it remains one of the most iconic and recognizable coins in the world. But not every 1998 cent is the same. Some carry tiny details and minting variations that make them extremely rare and valuable today. The 1998 Liberty 1-cent coin was struck in two major mints, the Philadelphia Mint, which produced coins without a mint mark, and the Denver Mint, which marked its coins with a small d just below the year. Among these, the 1998 D Liberty 1-cent has gained legendary status among collectors because of its unique errors, die varieties, and near-perfect mint conditions that are now considered priceless. But why would a 1-cent coin from 1998 be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars today? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand. Some of the 1998 Liberty 1-cent coins were struck using older dies or experimental patterns that created tiny differences, especially in the lettering, spacing, or finish. In some rare cases, coins were mistakenly struck with the wide AM reverse design, a version that was actually meant for the 1999 cent. This mistake led to one of the most famous varieties in modern U.S. coin history, the 1998 wide AM Liberty 1-cent. To understand this, look closely at the word America on the back of your coin. If the letters A and M in America are spaced widely apart, congratulations, you might be holding a 1998 wide AM variety, one of the most sought-after cents in the entire Lincoln Penny series. Most coins from 1998 have the close AM design, where the letters nearly touch. The wide AM versions were never meant to leave the mint, but a small number accidentally did, and those few are now worth a fortune. Collectors around the world pay huge premiums for these rare varieties, especially when they are found in perfect or near-perfect mint state condition. The highest graded examples have fetched astronomical prices at auctions, reaching up to $779,339 in recent private sales. That's why, at JF Coin, we always encourage you to check every coin you come across, because you never know which cent might change your life. Now let's talk about the metal composition and design features that make this coin so special. The 1998 Liberty 1-cent was made primarily from 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, a composition used since 1982 to replace the earlier solid bronze versions. On the obverse side, the coin proudly displays the portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the word Liberty to his left and the year 1998 to his right. The motto, "In God We Trust," arches across the top of the coin, symbolizing faith and unity. The reverse side features the Lincoln Memorial, a powerful representation of freedom and democracy. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, a beautiful detail that often goes unnoticed. But it's the reverse side that holds the real secret. The spacing between the A and M in America, the font details, and the positioning of FG, the initials of designer Frank Gasparo, are what determine whether you found a rare treasure or just another penny. Now let's get to what everyone wants to know, the current market value. The regular 1998 Liberty 1-cent in circulated condition is usually worth 1 cent, of course. But if you discover the rare wide AM variety, or a coin in flawless mint condition, the story changes dramatically. In today's collector market, a 1998 Liberty 1-cent with a wide AM design and certified as MS-67 or MS-68 can sell for anywhere between $5,000 and $15,000. And if the coin is perfectly struck with no scratches, discoloration, or wear, something grading experts call full red or gem brilliant uncirculated, the price can soar well beyond $100,000. Exceptional specimens, particularly those sold in rare coin auctions, have reached valuations around $779,339, an unbelievable figure for what was once pocket change. Imagine finding one of these in your collection. a penny that could pay off a house, buy a luxury car, or set you up for life. That's why collectors and treasure hunters alike keep searching, hoping to find that one-in-a-million coin that hides extraordinary value in plain sight. So, how can you tell if you might have one of these valuable coins? It's simple. Take your 1998 pennies and check the back. Look at the word America. If the A and M are far apart, and you can see a distinct gap between them, you might just have the rare wide AM variety. Next, examine the overall condition. Is it bright, shiny, and free of scratches? If so, you're looking at a potential jackpot. Also, don't forget to check for other small details like die cracks, double die errors, and striking flaws. Some 1998 Liberty 1 cents show faint doubling in the lettering of Liberty or In God We Trust, and even these error varieties can bring in thousands of dollars depending on their rarity and condition. At JF Coin, we always remind collectors that every penny tells a story. These coins aren't just pieces of metal, they are small fragments of American history, each carrying its own legacy. The 1998 Liberty 1 cent connects us to a time when technology was changing, the mint was transitioning to new designs, and small variations created lasting treasures. The beauty of coin collecting is that anyone can join. You don't have to be a professional or spend millions to start. All you need is curiosity, patience, and the willingness to look closer. Every coin you handle could be the next big discovery. So, if you're watching this video right now, grab your old coin jars, your piggy banks, and your change drawers. Look through every 1998 penny you can find. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the next lucky collector who uncovers a $779,339 Liberty 1 cent hiding in plain sight. Before we end, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin and hit that notification bell, because we bring you the most exciting stories about valuable US coins, rare finds, and the hidden treasures of numismatics. Our goal is to help you spot the coins that others overlook, the ones that can turn ordinary change into extraordinary fortune. Thank you for watching JF Coin.